Welcome to the Calvary Chapel Salmon podcast. It's great to see everyone today. Today's a great day. Today's a fantastic day. It's June, but it's actually very, very cold for us. I don't know if you've been experiencing that, you listener, but we've been experiencing that. But still, we're here in the indoors. We're recording a podcast, and we're
live from the headquarters of Calvary Chapel Salmon.
Is this the headquarters of Calvary Chapel Salmon?
Yep.
Well, we're in it. And Hagen, we're here with a very special guest today.
That's right. Probably at least this week, Samuel's in my top 10 favorite people.
Whoa.
So I'm super glad he was able to join us today. You reached out to him yesterday to see if you could schedule his busy schedule in to do our podcast, and he jumped on the opportunity. Is that right, Samuel?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just so busy.
Yeah, you got a lot going on in your life right now.
Yeah. But
Are you 17? Mm-hmm. So as a 17-year-old boy, you're probably just very busy, huh?
Crazy busy. Yeah, it's crazy.
No schoolwork right now, right? Because it's summertime.
Nope.
Okay. But you might be done with your schoolwork, right? Like you might be done, like for good. Like you've graduated early.
Well, maybe we're gonna see by like next month, I think.
Okay.
We'll look into that, huh?
We'll look into that.
Okay.
You might have your GED. You might not. We're not sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it kind of like up to your mom?
Yeah.
Okay. There you go.
Should we talk to her about it?
Sure.
Do you feel like you've done enough? Have you learned enough, Samuel?
I mean, I think so. I mean, all that we're gonna do, for the rest of the schooling is just like Shakespeare and.
Yeah, that's.
Who needs that?
You don't need that in your life.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean.
So Hagen, you said that Sammy was in your top 10 favorite people. Is there anyone else on that list that you would like to share?
Well, there's 9 other people on that list.
Yeah, like, is there anyone else? Like, man.
That's like with us today?
Yeah.
Not really.
Oh, that's okay. How about, do you have a list of top 10 least favorite people?
Probably. Yeah.
Who's on that one?
They might be with us today.
Oh, no.
No.
Sheesh.
I'm kidding.
Good.
But Samuel is one of my favorite people, so I'm glad he's able to be here with us. We got the opportunity this past week to spend a lot of time with Samuel and 21 other people on our mission trip in Mexico. And do you know how long you've known us, Samuel? I was thinking about that earlier today.
Yeah, I was thinking about that too. I think, I had been to church like maybe like a few times before the summer retreat, like 2 years ago, I think.
Okay.
Or almost the one that I didn't go on, the one that you ate all the burgers on. That was almost 3 years ago at this point.
Oh, it was? Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, last year was your first one or no? When all your friends came, was that your first retreat?
That was my first summer.
Okay, so 2 whole years.
Okay, yeah.
Well, yeah.
You're right, Samuel.
Thank you.
Don't let me contradict you.
Yeah. But yeah, I think I just met all of you guys really, except for Jordan, like 2 years ago.
You predate Jordan. You've been
That's a
around
big
this
deal.
place long before him.
Really?
Is what you're saying, right?
Did you not? I thought you were here.
I came right after that summer camp.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Wow. I guess I predate Jordan.
Wow.
It's a big deal.
That is crazy.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it was just those 2 years ago at the summer camp. I met you guys, except for Jordan, and then met Jordan during youth group. I think, or was it? Yeah, I was during youth group definitely.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, just been here ever since. I mean, I've had like I've gone here. I've gone for a few months without being here. I mean, like
because you go back and forth from California to here, right?
Yeah.
You just got tired of us.
Yeah. It was that. Totally not. This guy. Right
No. Sheesh. So you lived in California, and then recently you moved up to Salmon, Idaho, or at least your family moved up to Salmon, Idaho, right? They're in the process.
Yeah, nothing's been official yet. It's been like a long, like slow moving process.
Mm. Yeah, but you have a house up here. Yeah.
So
Okay.
Yeah, that's where we stay, and then that's where we just.
You live in your house. That's nice.
Thank you, Hagen.
You lucky.
So were you raised as like a Christian, or tell us a bit about that?
Yeah, I think from it, as I'm not sure which church I went to I only remember church from like when I was like 5.
Okay.
I don't remember church from before then, but from 5 to like now, it's just been church. There was that time during COVID when we didn't go to church at all. And I think honestly that was like, it was definitely like a low point, but at the same time, I think it was needed because then I knew what a high point was like, and then that's like how I knew like how it was different.
Yeah.
Would you say that you're like pretty close to your high point with your relationship with Jesus, like right now,
Or
or
you're closer to God than you've ever been, relationally? Would you say, or?
Yeah, I mean it hasn't gone down. I'd say.
okay,
So,
yeah, so you're on the up and up,
sure, yeah.
like
Heading
on
in the
those
right
charts
direction.
of like stocks, like it goes up and up, and now you're like going up and up, like that.
I think so, yeah.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah. I mean, yes, you have my church life, right?
Yeah.
Because
Talk about that.
sure. So, we went to this church called. Can I mention it? on here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely.
Yeah, we went to this church called Shepherd of the Hills in California. It's like a big church. I like didn't really like going to church at all.
So is this like, how old are you at this stage? You know?
Oh, I mean, it's just been like it was like the whole time I was there.
Okay, so that was
So
the
like
church
from
you went to in
5
California.
till
Yeah, from like 5 to like 12 or
Okay.
something. So, yeah, I just didn't like going there. I would go to this other church sometimes called Grace Community Church because my mom and dad, I think, were divorced by that time.
Okay.
So then I would just like switch between churches with them, I think.
So were you with your dad sometimes or with your mom sometimes?
Yeah.
So, okay.
So then I would yeah, like I didn't like Grace much either then. I like it now actually, but I just, back then I just didn't want to go to church because I was like, it was like the classic like I was forced to. I didn't want
Was it
to.
like boring? What was the thing that you didn't enjoy?
I think honestly the thing I did enjoy most was just waking up early in the morning.
Okay, hey, that's honesty.
yeah.
I didn't like doing that, and then I think that just like ruined my mindset for it.
Was it just like, this is something I have to do, so it's no
Yeah.
fun? Like, I'm being forced to do this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause
The rebellious side of Sammy just didn't want to do anything he was forced to do.
Yeah, exactly.
So somewhere along the way, a switch happened to where, oh, maybe now I kind of enjoy church.
Yeah, that was after the time where I didn't go to church.
Okay, so with that COVID thing of not having it, you realize maybe the value of it.
I'm not sure if I realized the value of it then. I just I think I just went one day. So the church that I attend in California is also called Grace, but it's different from the Grace Community Church, like the big church.
Uh-huh.
So I think I went to that church, Grace Bible Church, and I was like, this is good.
Okay.
Like, it feels different from before.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, yeah, I think that was just when I started to like realize the value of church, and then wanting to go, and then ever since then, yeah, I've just been enjoying and wanting to go to church. So,
that's awesome.
thanks. Yeah.
So we just went on this super cool mission trip, Sammy. Tell us a little bit about that.
Okay. I'll do it in like a day's order.
Sure.
Oh,
Yeah.
you
However
play
it
by
works
play, day by day.
for your head.
Sheesh. There you go.
Well, first let's start. So, we announced that we're going to go do this mission trip to Mexico. And are you like right away like, oh, that's something I want to do, or how do you get there in the first place?
Oh, well, it was when did you guys put up posters for the mission trip?
Ooh,
Probably back
January, maybe.
Yeah, winterish time, maybe even pre-Christmas, but yeah.
Yeah, because I remember I was just here, and Jordan was there, and we were standing right there outside the bulletin board.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
And then I was just reading it, and then I saw this mission trip thing. I was like, ooh, a mission trip? Let's sign up for that. And
Have you ever been on a mission trip like that?
No.
Okay, so you're like, oh, this would be interesting to do.
Yeah, and I didn't know the plans, of course, like of what my family would do at least.
Okay.
So I was just signing up like without knowing.
You didn't even ask mom.
No.
Okay.
Oh wow.
But I just signed up.
Step of faith. That's what that is.
Thanks.
That's right.
I mean, yeah, it did turn out perfect.
It worked out good. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I just signed up then. Jordan was there with me, and
I don't remember this at all, Sammy, but I'm glad I was there to encourage you to do it.
thank you.
Was I kind of like, I
Was
don't
he
know.
pushy?
Was I pushy? I was like, you better sign up, Sammy.
I think
Because if so, I'm glad I was.
I think it was like while I was just reading it, and then Jordan was like, "Oh, you should definitely come on this."
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you get signed up. Months pass. It's finally time to go, and you go. What's that like?
Well, the car ride was easy because I was in California.
That's right. So we met you along the way.
Yeah.
So we all travel through Idaho, Utah, top of Arizona, across Nevada, halfway across California. Then we finally get to you.
Yeah. And we're just waiting there in it was Hemet, right?
Yep.
Yeah, we're just waiting there in Hemet. Just trying to get into the church.
Oh
Gates
yeah.
were locked, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
And then we finally meet you guys up there. My mom starts laughing because she sees you with the cowboy hat. So that was really
Good.
nice.
Yeah, we were all wearing or at least a large majority of us were all wearing cowboy hats as we went down into Mexico. That was pretty fun. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting. Like wow, that must be uncomfortable. But I guess you're just in the spirit of
Idaho.
Yeah.
Yes.
Spirit of Idaho is upon us.
Well, yeah. Then we just met you guys there. I met Josh John there. Gage, I've seen him one time before at youth group. So like 2 new people, I guess, or new. One person was new.
Yeah.
And then we didn't sleep at the church, but then day after that, since then we were just with you guys, and that was.
You didn't hunker down with us at the church on the church floor in Calvary Chapel, Hemet?
No.
Nope. You just wanted to stay in your
settled
hotel.
for a hotel room,
Yeah.
right? Good.
Smart
That was
man.
a good choice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I was thinking like it would be fun, but having the bathroom and everything like just there when it's only having to share with 3 other people instead of like 10.
Yes.
Yep.
That's a plus.
Yeah.
And having a shower was nice. I bet.
I mean, I didn't shower, but.
Oh, yeah. Okay. But you could have if you wanted to.
Yeah.
The truth comes out.
Oh no. Sammy, did you shower at all during the Mexico
Of
trip?
course not.
Oh god.
Please, he did.
Yeah, actually, I missed worship one time because I was in the shower, so that was interesting.
Whoa.
It's about
But-
priorities. That's okay.
Okay, I mean, I was thinking about it. I was just super dirty from the hole, and I also was relaxing, so I guess it was a priority of mine to
Hey.
stay in the shower.
Hey, there you go.
No worries.
Okay, but day 1 we get there, like, we got there around like noon, right? Like 5 or something.
Noon 5. I
Okay.
think about 2.
Okay,
2:33
okay.
probably.
So yes, exactly.
I was in the
Noon
middle.
to 5. That's right there in the middle. Yeah.
Yeah, that was
That's good.
middle. We got there 2, I guess.
Yeah.
And then we just like relaxed the rest of the day at the Connections house.
Yep.
Oh no, we went to relaxed at the Connections house. Then at nighttime we went to that grocery store. Right?
Yes, that grocery. Almost forgot about that grocery store experience. Yeah, that was an interesting.
So we
time.
went to buy some food to give out in like food bags later on in the week. So we had like a list of things to be buying, like beans and rice and tuna and sugar, maybe. I think that was about
yeah.
it. Right.
Well, I'm not sure about the. Actually, no, yeah, it was like a little bit of sugar,
Oh, okay.
but yeah, that's also where we met Yessie, so that was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Yessie works with the Connection House, which is where we.
And she was
staying.
like our translator. Yeah.
Yeah, more than a translator, more of a coordinator.
Yeah. And a friend.
Yeah.
More than just a coordinator and a translator.
A friend.
Yeah.
Yes. A sister in Christ.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I mean, I don't know if she'll watch this, but
Just say whatever you want.
What are you gonna say?
I want to ship her and Hagen.
Whoa.
Samuel thinks that he
How
has
old was
this plan.
Yessie?
She's gonna be 24.
Oh, that's perfect.
Like I think she's gonna be 24 this month or next.
Man, why not?
Yeah, that's what I'm
There you
saying.
go. She's a great lady, loves Jesus. What else? She speaks Spanish. What else could you want in a woman?
Yeah, Hagen.
Come on, Hagen. Why not?
We'll see what God has in store.
Okay.
Yes.
Wait, just real quick. Aren't you like isn't the plan to like get married before or once you get turned 30?
I'd like to be married before I'm 30. Yeah,
Is that
that's
the
the
plan?
So I'm 28 right now, so I have a little bit of time still, but I should probably start getting serious. Do you think?
Well, actually, unless you want to marry somebody within like 1 year of meeting them, then
Then I better get going, huh?
yeah.
Yeah.
It can happen. Anything can
It
happen.
can happen. You know.
Yeah, I think Hagen just needs to get the right lady, and then boom, it'll all happen fast. That's my prediction.
Yeah.
I think within a year of Hagen meeting someone, he'll be married to them, and then within the month after that, they'll have a child on the way.
That's what?
Yep.
Jeez.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
And by 3 years, they'll have 4 kids.
4 kids.
Yep.
Sheesh.
3 years.
3 years.
That's
There'll
crazy.
be a set of twins in there.
Yeah. Yeah, both of them twins. That's crazy.
So you get to Mexico, you do some shopping on day 1. Day 2 is Sunday. What's that like?
We just go around town. I think.
Did we do anything Sunday morning?
Anything that made you wake up in the morning to
I
do?
mean, like go to church.
Oh.
Yeah, because
Oh yes.
we forced him to wake up to go to church. Yeah.
Yeah, we went to the church there. That was pretty. I mean, I don't know why I couldn't remember it, but it was a good sermon. So there was that. The church building was pretty cool. Like the playground and everything that they had. I didn't.
Did you enjoy the playgrounds?
Well, I didn't get to see it till Thursday when we went to Wednesday. Was it?
Yeah, Wednesday. Yeah.
Wednesday that we went to the youth group.
You're used to doing youth group on Thursdays.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Me too.
Exactly, Jordan.
So we go to church, and then afterwards we have a bit of free time. So kind of drive around town. We go to the beach that day.
Mhm.
What do we do on the beach?
You guys talked to this guy about Jesus.
Okay.
And then
So
we
we
ride
met,
horses.
so I talked to Luis, right? But while I'm talking to him, there's this guy at the shop.
Yeah.
It starts bumping like American music, like Kenny Rogers, The Gambler, and then he starts playing maybe some Taylor Swift or Katy Perry or something, like some pretty like mainstream good American songs. And it's like I'm kind of here with your mom, Magali's talking to Luis, but this other guy's kind of over here watching the whole time with this big group of Americans, and then we start kind of engaging with him as well,
Yeah.
right? And
Yeah.
people were able to pray for him, and we're able to pray for this guy,
Yeah.
and that was super cool to see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was like I'll talk about Luis later. Because,
Okay.
But yeah, that yeah, I think you know, of course. I don't know, but the other guy, that was just, it's like you said, like we don't have to be directly talking with them, but if they see us spreading the gospel with somebody, then it might just spread.
Mm.
Like get curious about it.
Yeah.
So that was a cool lesson to learn. Actually, I didn't think about that. So yeah, we prayed for Luis and the other man. We danced with him.
That's right.
For sure.
That was fun. At the beach, we talked with that guy, and then we rode horses, and we went. Some of us went in the water. Some of us played volleyball. We got fruits and stuff from the fruit cart, and then we came back to the Connections house, just hung out, and then did worship, and then
Yeah, on that Sunday, as we're walking to the beach, this guy's coming up with like a menu, and he's trying to sell you like drinks or something. And they're not all alcoholic, but a lot of them are. And he speaks pretty good English. Were you there with me when we were talking to that guy who
Yeah.
thought he was like God?
Well, I didn't hear that part actually.
Okay.
But when I heard that afterwards, I was like, what? That seems pretty interesting.
Yeah, so he's like, it's like, oh, I am God. Like this is my dominion type of a thing. Like Rosarito, Baja, California belongs to me. And we're like talking a little bit, and he goes, shows this picture of this lady on his phone, and he goes, this is my mom. And I'm thinking, I know that woman from somewhere. And he talks a little bit more, and he's like, yeah, this is my mom. I go, what's her name? And he goes, Diana. And I go, oh, yeah. Like, that's Princess Diana from England. And he thinks that, like, so he thinks he's, like, royalty descended from her. And, like, he's full of garbage. He's full of crap. But he, like, had just very arrogant, like, well, can we pray for you? No, not interested in prayer. And that was just really interesting because we went from this homeless kind of drunk guy on the street with, like, no teeth who was really open and we prayed for, to our next encounter is this guy whose life is much more put together, but he's not interested at all in Jesus. So that was cool for me to just be like, oh, you know, this guy's soft and ready. This guy has no interest at all. And our job is not to be concerned about that. Our job is to treat each one the same. You want prayer? Here's Jesus. Yes or no? Not up to me. My job is just to share. Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't there for that, but I was there for when he didn't want prayer.
Okay.
He was like, no,
Yeah.
I'm good. Like I'm. He was saying like I'm a son of God.
Right. He kept saying, my father is God.
Yeah.
But not in a way that like Christians would say it. And I said, well, my father's God too. But I said, he's my father because he's adopted me because I believed in his son. But yeah, he thought he was like God himself kind of. So that was a little goofy.
Yeah.
So then Monday we wake up and it's kind of our first real mission day. And what's that all about?
That we went to the Fuentes Feeding Kitchen.
Fuentes Feeding Kitchen, yep.
That's right, Jordan. And it was me and Jordan. So Jordan's group, I was in it with 4 other guys, and everybody was there that day.
Yeah. We all went to there that day. Yep.
Yeah, but me and Jordan's group did the VBS for the kids, and then your group started the hole.
That's right. My group did start the hole. Yes.
Yeah, the popular hole.
Very popular.
Famous
yes.
hole.
Yeah. So yeah, they started the hole. We did the VBS, and then we all worked on the hole till the day was done. And I mean, that was actually kind of fun because we all worked on the hole, like the girls, us. So that was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how did doing that VBS first time? So we kind of like see it, we practice, but now we finally do it. Was it like, oh, cool, watching it all come together and these kids enjoying it and seeing them get engaged?
Yeah. I mean, some of the kids, like half of them, were like engaged. Half of them were, half of them weren't. But I mean,
That's just like it is in America.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it was still cool and it was still fun, and like, I'm not sure how can I say this. So, I mean, I'm not sure if I see like, I mean, do you guys ever see or like when somebody's like impacted by what they're taught?
You can like tell that they're getting in it.
I mean, I'm not saying that I can't. I'm saying that I can't. But
okay, right.
So,
but yeah, like you can tell when you're teaching or someone's tracking along with you, or if they're kind of just out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I wasn't sure about that. So that's why I'm not like for sure about it. But I'm hoping that we did at least that we taught them something.
For sure. Yeah.
And then yeah, so that was the day that I missed worship because I was in the shower.
But you didn't make that same mistake again the rest of the week, right?
Yeah.
There you go.
That's right. Okay, second day, me and Jordan's group, we finished the hole.
Went back to the hole.
Yeah, we went back to the Fuentes Feeding Kitchen and did a roof and a hole. And
it took us all day long.
Yep. And then your group, Hagen, had to have so much fun at the orphanage.
That's right. Yes.
Yep. Everyone else just got to go have fun with the orphans and play with them and hang out with them and eat yummy food with them. And me and you, Sammy, we were just slaving away all day, digging a hole.
Yeah.
Why did it take so long to get that hole done, Sammy?
Because it was full of rocks. It was
basically rocks.
It was the rockiest soil I think I've ever seen.
Wow.
I mean, I have actually no. So I've never dug a hole actually. That was my first hole dug.
Well, you did great. Gosh, I figured you were an expert.
No. I mean, I figured you were the expert because it was like 2 guys on one side. They had like a foot done, and then your side was like 3 feet done.
I was doing a lot on my side, yes.
Yeah, so.
Thank you for saying that, Samuel.
No, yeah, of course. What was I going to say? I don't even know.
That was a little bit of a tough day for you because I remember you wanted to go to the orphanage, right? But then we took you back to the hole. How did that kind of make you feel afterwards? Were you like this was worth it, or afterwards were you just kind of like day wasted, or?
I didn't think it was a day wasted
Mm-hmm.
because you know how I mentioned on Youth Sunday like that it was like my trial.
Yeah, there you go.
So then I was just like all I had to assume is that this is your plan, God, and if this is where you wanted me, then I'm fine with that. I'm happy enough with that. So at first I wasn't like that, but afterwards, like while we were doing it, like lunchtime, I was just like, yeah, I guess this is what I gotta do. So
There you go. There you go. That's a good attitude.
Thank you.
I wish everyone had your attitude, Sammy.
Thanks, Jordan.
So then Wednesday, what did we do Wednesday? That's when we went to the market, right,
Mm-hmm.
to evangelize.
Yeah, that was like my favorite day.
So when you see on the schedule, we're talking a little bit about the next day or even that morning, we're going to go to the market to evangelize. Like, do you have thought in your head of what that's going to look like? Or you're like, I don't even really know what this means, and we just kind of show up and you're like, oh, okay, kind of figuring it out as we go.
Yeah, it was more like that. Like I'll just figure it out as I go because I never evangelized to somebody really. I mean actually I left like a note one time before, but
At like a restaurant or what?
It was at a hotel, but
what did it say? Like Jesus loves you?
It was along those lines. It was like it was a small note card, but I tried to fill it in with as much stuff as I can, and then I left on a different one. I left like a note to CC Salmon. So like I was like if
Samuel, thank you.
Like if they're interested, then you can watch this sermon or a sermon.
Oh, wow.
That's cool, buddy.
That's actually really cool.
On.
Thanks.
So you've done some note evangelism, but actually interacting in person, this was completely new to you. Mm-hmm. So we get to the market, we're splitting into groups, and you hit the streets. And what's that like?
I mean, at first, like, if I want to be honest, like, I was nervous, like, for like the first minute, but then we started talking to this one person, and I was just like, you know what, let's just not like think about who to talk to. Let's just go like talk to everybody. So, after that first person, I wasn't very involved in the conversation because my mom started it, but after that, I was just like, okay, let's talk to this person, and then right across from them was another person, so then we just went over there. Oh yeah, the first person that I personally talked to was this kid. Like I thought it was cool how they both spoke English. I was like, man, this is perfect. Yeah, it was perfect for my first person.
Can you guess an age? Like 10 years old, your age, younger?
I think it was like 12.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
He and his dad were Catholics, and then we just tried talking about it. So he couldn't answer for some of the questions, and I was just like, well, can I give you my side of the story or my view on it?
Yeah.
And then after that, I just asked him more like, do you agree with what I'm saying? Do you like see any truth to that? And then I know it's kind of a bad question, but like
that's good.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I was learning at least. That's all I'll say. So,
yeah, or you were planting seeds. You were giving them stuff to think about.
Yeah,
that's really, really important. And
something I liked because a few people were like, "Oh, this is good practice. This is good practice." I said, "We're not practicing evangelism." I said, "We're doing evangelism."
Yeah,
this isn't practice. This is real life, and that's important to
for sure.
And that's the thing. Like, it's like this in almost everything, but specifically in like ministry. There is no such thing as practice. You just do it. So how do you get better at evangelizing? You just do it. How do you get better at praying for people? You just do it. How do you get better at teaching? You just do it. And that's how my life has been anyway. And sometimes you think, oh, well, this is getting me ready for the next thing. And yes, maybe, but this is the thing. The thing you're in right now is the thing Jesus has you called to do. So do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you got to engage with some people, talk to them. and were you like, oh, like this is fun, this is exciting, this is cool?
Yeah. Like I was honestly wishing like I wish that people's like spoke English more.
Yeah, for sure.
I wouldn't have to.
If only there was a group of people who don't know Jesus who speak English.
Yeah.
I think we got some.
Yeah.
That's good.
There you go. No, I had the exact same thoughts. Like, this would be way easier if we just all spoke English. And it's like, oh, wait.
Maybe it'd be easier if you spoke Spanish.
That's true. That's true. Yes.
Yes. No, I get it though. Yeah.
Yeah. When you were talking to people, and what was kind of like your
How would you start?
what was your opening line? Yeah. Like, hey, I'm Sammy, and
So my mom, because my mom was translating, she would be the one to start kind of, but I would just ask them like what their name is and like if they have like a religion or like what the question that my mom asked that like I didn't realize was so important was like, do you think that you're going to go to heaven when you die?
For sure.
Yeah.
And what was their typical response to that?
It was usually the response was, I don't know.
Yeah.
You can't know. They always would say like, because you can't know. So I thought that was really interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll just start off with like stuff like that.
For sure. I think that goes into, that's a big thing kind of in Catholicism, which is kind of the big religion over there.
Yeah.
It's like you can't know if you're going to heaven or not because it's based upon doing good things. And they believe that if you don't do enough good things, then you'll go to purgatory and you need to do good stuff there. And then maybe eventually you'll get to go to heaven if you're good enough, and all these layers and levels to it. And that's a super cool thing that we get to share with them. It's like, that's not the gospel at all. Like, it's not about what you get to do. It's what Jesus has done. And once you accept Jesus, you can just know for certain that you're saved. The ending of 1 John chapter 5 talks about how God has testified, God has said that if we believe in his son, we are children of God and we are saved. And like, that's just a fact.
He says, these things are written so you may know that you have eternal life, and that believing you may have life in his name. So there's an assurance, there's a reality that we can know. And that's the beauty of believing in Jesus, that he gives us that assurance and assurity. We were in a different group. You were in a different group.
We were all in
so
different
everyone
groups.
here is in a different group that was there. My group that went out, we had Yasmin as our translator, and probably the third person we started talking to was this larger Mexican lady who's selling chocolate bars, like right in the center. And it's a little hard because like. It was just kind of hard because like I'm trying to talk to people, but Yasmin's maybe kind of over here with some of the girls that are with us, kind of like doing some stuff. So it's like I kind of like, oh, I need you.
Oh,
over here.
shopping or something.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I love Yasmin, but I kind of experienced that too.
So
It's like, come on,
just
Yasmin.
like, but like this woman started engaging with us.
Okay.
And she's started talking, and we were like, oh, do you need any prayer? And she said, yeah. And this woman's a believer, and she talked about how that morning before her son and her came to the market, that she prayed that God would send her someone to pray with her.
Aww.
Because she's losing her ability to walk. Like, she's in a wheelchair. Her son pushed her there to this chair where she's sitting, trying to earn enough money to buy the medication that she needs. So that was just really cool. So we were able to lay hands on her and pray for her. And I just shared with her, like, well, this morning we prayed that God would send us people that needed prayer. So like, God has brought us together in just such this cool way. And then I was able to, buy some chocolate from her, and it was cool because literally we like meet, we talk for probably like 10 minutes. We pray for her. I buy some chocolate. Her son rolls up with the wheelchair, loads her up, and leaves. And it was just like perfect timing. Yeah. Like if we would have been there 20 minutes later, we would have missed her. Yeah. But it was like God wanted us to have that divine appointment to talk to this woman and be able to pray for her needs. So that was super cool.
Dang, yeah, I only heard about the part where she prayed for people to come over. Not that,
yeah.
The rest of that.
Yeah, so that's super awesome.
Yeah. For sure. My group at the beginning, or at least for most of it, we were kind of at the home base. Like we had like the little tent set up for Calvary Chapel Rosarito. And there it was cool because we were able to have like a balloon animal making and bracelet making, and the girls were able to paint people's nails, and so that would kind of draw people in, and that was cool because the people would come in, the kids would come in and get the balloon animals, and then the parents were there, and then me and Yessie were able to kind of talk with them and share with them. And that was super cool because they kind of had like a captive audience. Like they couldn't just leave their kids. They would have to engage with me. And so I was really able to talk to this first group of people, and they were kind of into it, and we got to pray with them. And then the second lady came up with her kid, and she was like super, super into it. And something that Yessie kind of talked to me about. And Yessie was awesome because she kind of like, I would have an interaction, and then afterwards she would say like, that was good, but here are some things that you could do better, or here's some things to talk about. And she told me that it's really, really big to let the people know that you're not going to get to heaven because you give money to the church. Like you can't buy your way into heaven, or you can't get into heaven by being baptized or whatever. And so like in this other interaction with this other lady, I really kind of emphasized that. And it was cool because you could, like we said earlier, like you can just kind of tell when people are like really into it and really tracking. And like this lady was super, super like into it, and we got to pray for her. And yeah, and that was super cool because it seemed like she really accepted Jesus and realized, oh yeah, it's not about money. And I think sometimes even here people can get that impression maybe in other ways of like, oh yeah, if I go to church, or oh yeah, if I do this, or oh yeah, if I'm part of this group, then I'm going to heaven. And that's an important thing for us to remember to point out, that it's not about those things, because people assume that all the time. And we always kind of want to break down people's wrong assumptions about God with the facts about it. So yeah. So that was Wednesday. Wednesday, basically.
Do you have another story about the market, Samuel, or is that good?
Well, all I can say is that, like, we didn't really interact with people that didn't know about a God, or didn't or that didn't believe in God, like atheists or something. It was just people that were either Catholics or they were Christians.
Only Americans are stupid enough to be atheists. Most people in the world believe in God. They just have wrong ideas.
Americans and Europeans.
Yeah, we're the yeah.
Wait,
So did you
know that? Like, is that like actually a fact that most atheists and stuff are just?
For most of human history, everyone's believed in God of some kind, a God. And then not until recently, we've gotten this idea that we're
smarter than
that. We're smarter than that,
which is pretty stupid.
Yeah, and this all just came into random evolution. Just one day there was all this, and yeah, it's silly. So yeah, only us and the Europeans are silly enough to believe that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Hey, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna ask, were you gonna bring up about running into Luis again at that market? Or
oh yes,
that's what it was. Yeah. So, Luis, we met him on Sunday. And then here he comes again. So I was just talking. So yeah, actually before this, I saw this guy that just pulled up to the market, and I saw cards in his hands, and I was like, okay, let's see what he's offering. So I was like, I handed him one of mine, and I was like, let's trade. So then I got one of his, and then I read it, and I was like, oh, so he's a Christian too, I think.
Okay.
And then I learned that he was like from a rehab home. So that was pretty interesting. We were able to show him that when he gets out of the rehab home, then he can go to Calvary maybe.
Yeah.
And then while I was doing that, I forgot who pointed him out, but we just looked behind us, and there's Luis. And
sheesh.
and he's just like, he hands us candy and everything, and like we were just about to pray for that guy from the rehab home. So then Luis does it, and like it was a good prayer and everything, but it did go on for like a super, super long time, to the point where my mom was like, and she said in Spanish, like, and in the name of Jesus.
Yeah, like time to end it. Yeah.
Yeah. But that's just like how Luis started walking with us. And then we talked to this lady, and at first she tried to get rid of us by saying that she was a Christian. But then afterwards, it was mainly her and my mom talking, because my mom was like the one getting in with her. But she was one of the people that we would say got really impacted by it, I guess. But my mom, because her mom was sick, and then my mom was like, so you want to see your mom again, right? Or not in those words, but something along those lines. So then, while we were talking with her, Luis comes in the conversation, and then this lady that we're talking to ends up like, what would be the word?
Giving her life to Jesus.
No, like disciplining, but not disciplining. Like scolding, maybe. Luis?
Okay. Yes.
Because she was just like, well, you're a Christian, Luis, and why are you, so like drinking and everything, doing all that stuff. So then I thought that was interesting.
Because Luis was maybe a little
sauced.
A little sauced. Yes, that's a good way to put it.
Yeah. So I thought that was interesting. Like we were evangelizing to this person, but then
she kind of turns on.
Yeah, this
turns on Luis. There you go.
Yeah, an unbeliever can like also help us realize our faults.
Amen, brother.
So that was really cool. Prayed for her. We went back. We went to the Calvary Homex area, to that park.
Yeah.
There was a lot of kids there, and that was a lot of fun because
you got to play soccer with them, right?
Yeah.
And we won, right?
Of course.
Yeah. Us Americans beat the Mexicans in soccer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what Hagen mentioned,
kind of shows that it's like the silly game, and our football is way better than their football. So, basically.
I mean, I have to disagree with you on that. But
you're more of a football guy.
Yeah, more of a football guy.
Well, Jordan is a soccer coach. Many people underestimate that.
Yes.
Assistant, but.
Well, yes.
Right now?
Right now. Today's my last game tonight.
Are you serious?
Samuel can't believe it. Isn't that cool?
For younger kids, like 10 to 12-year-olds, but.
Whoa.
Yeah.
They have like a soccer team and everything here?
Yeah, they have a soccer league, and for people your age, from like, I think 13 to 18. So if you want to come play soccer.
Whoa. Actually, that's really cool.
Yeah, although it's kind of like the last day, so it'd be a little much for you just to join now.
Whoopsie.
Wow,
that's so cool. I did not know that.
Thank you, Sammy.
Of course. Well, yeah, we just did that with the kids, and then we came home, and then it was our last day, Thursday.
And we went to church that night as well.
Yes.
You got to go to the youth group, is that right?
Yeah.
And what was that experience like?
It was actually pretty similar, just a lot more kids. Actually, smaller room actually, but they had like the lights and everything. Like they had.
Did they do their own worship or?
Yeah.
Was it in English and Spanish?
Yeah.
Cool.
I mean, so do you know if that church knows when English visitors are coming, and then that's why they switch from English to Spanish, or is it
no? They always do that.
Always do
Yep.
it? Oh, wow. I was just thinking about it, like I wonder, like, because it obviously takes time away from the sermons and everything.
Sure.
Because you have to make it shorter because you have to like do both. So it's
almost
like
half
time.
as short.
Yeah.
Right.
So I was just wondering, like, do they plan it out so they can fit more in on other days?
So yeah, I think they do a Saturday night service, which is just in Spanish.
Oh, okay.
But the 2 Sundays, I believe, are bilingual. Yep.
Interesting.
And Wednesday night is bilingual. Yep.
Yeah, youth group was good. Don't mean to diss the church, but I like Jordan the best.
Oh, you're
right.
just saying that because he invited you on his podcast.
Facts.
No, but for real though, it was like
Jordan does good, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. So, yeah, it was okay. It was good. And then Thursday, our last day. I forgot what we did in the morning. Do you remember?
The park cleanup.
Yes, we cleaned up the park for most of the day, and then.
How dirty was the park?
It was like the dirtiest park I've ever seen in my life.
So dirty.
It was almost like the dump, but with
benches.
Lots of grass.
Yeah, we had the dump
benches
of grass.
and lots of grass. So that was. I honestly didn't clean up much because I was doing I did painting the whole entire time.
That's important part of cleaning up.
Thanks. But yeah, like I felt bad, and I was like, "Dang, there's so much trash here."
Yeah.
Also found it interesting how he had like the most amount of work that they ever had to do for our group.
Yeah, they said like it's never been that bad, right?
It's never been that dirty. Like they only repaint it and scrape off the paint like once a year or something. So I found that interesting.
So that was for us. Yeah. Well, they knew we could handle it.
We'll do it again next
tough
time
group.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, it would be kind of a little sad we go back and it's just as bad. That
Are
would
we
be.
gonna go back? Is that a thing?
I think we should. Do you think we should go back, Sammy?
I mean, I think that would be really cool, but I think maybe hitting a different place would be best
Oh.
because
Would you want to go back to the Connections house?
to that connections house.
Yeah. Or would you want to just go somewhere completely different?
I feel like I know that like evangelizing and everything is important no matter where you go, but I feel like it would be really cool to share with people that like don't have an idea of it, because like in like over there in Mexico they had like the kids, for instance, they would always get a VBS. It's not like we were the first ones to do it to them,
For sure. Yeah. So you want to go to the people who've never heard the gospel before?
Yeah, like the people at the dump, that guy would always come over and talk with them. So
you got a place on your heart where you'd like to go next?
I don't know, because I don't know of a place where the gospel hasn't been heard of, but
Maybe
there's
the
a
middle
couple.
of Afghanistan. You want to go there with us?
okay, let's do it.
It's a little tricky to get there, but
Yeah. Well, in Indonesia, where my friend's at, they've never heard the gospel over there. So maybe we could go to Indonesia. Yeah.
What do you think, Hagen?
It's a mostly
I'll have to
Muslim
look into
country.
it,
Yeah.
but that's a good desire to hear from someone, right, Jordan?
For sure. That's
Like,
good.
that's
Yeah, we
interesting
want to
feedback.
go and reach people who've never been reached before. That's a cool thing. That's what we want to do.
Yeah, I know it's important to reiterate to some people that I've heard it and
For
stuff
sure.
like that, but yeah, I just think that maybe there's more of an opportunity for people that haven't heard of it,
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, of course, what we still did, I still consider it important and good. So
If we go back to the Connections house next year, though, will you come with us?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay. You won't be mad.
no,
Okay. Good.
yeah, I'll still be happy with whatever we do.
That
Yeah,
sounds what we
yeah.
like.
Man. Okay. Yeah. Now we'll have to start planning a mission trip to people who have never heard the gospel before. Be a
Yeah.
little tricky, but we'll try.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, right on. Then we drive back Friday. Get up early. How early did we have to wake up Friday? Do you remember?
Well, I was up to like 2:50.
You were up till then?
No, sorry, I was awake since
Oh, okay.
2:50 because I went to sleep, but then I woke up.
And you were just ready.
No, I mean, I guess I was.
You weren't.
Yeah, I wasn't.
Because you were. I remember this. You were up super early. I was like, "Dang, Sammy's up, ready to go." But then, like, you waited to shower until like the last moment.
Yeah, because okay, in my defense,
Yes.
I thought we were gonna leave at 5:30, not 4:30.
Oh,
So you're just
you
waiting.
thought
to
you had
shower.
all this time.
Yeah, but I mean that was a good lesson, I guess. Like use my time wisely. I don't
There
know.
you go.
There you go,
So,
Morton.
That was interesting. I was the last person to be ready, but
You were the first one up and last one ready.
yeah.
What a guy.
Thank you. Car ride was fun. Crossing the border took a little while,
But
Well,
not
for
too
us-
bad.
For us, it took the longest because we were.
Were you
stuck
in my
there.
car?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I mean, actually getting to the border didn't take that long. I've been before when I traveled across the border. It took longer, like 3 hours at
Yeah.
least. For us, it took like an hour at most, I think. It was just waiting for the border patrol people to inspect us. That took forever.
That's right. Yeah, they were switching shifts, so
Mhm.
the van in front of us got through, and then we had to wait for probably 25 minutes or something, just park there. But yeah, it was good.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad.
Yeah, and we were just debating like, Hagen, go up. Hagen, stay
Yeah,
here.
everyone's like, move. It's like, he'll wave me up if he wants me to go. He already was mad at me because I crossed the line. He's like, back up. And it's like, I can't back up. Scott's behind me. Gosh.
Yeah.
So now we're back. We're here in Salmon. Is there anything like it's like, man, I want to take what I've learned on the mission trip, or take what God showed me on the mission trip and apply it to my life now? Or do I see my life now differently because of this trip?
Real
Any-
quick.
Oh.
In 3 minutes, I have to go get my teeth cleaned, so I'm going to jump off. You guys can finish up this
Oh, wow.
podcast.
Okay.
But I'm glad you joined us today, Samuel.
Thanks,
I'm glad you went on the mission trip. Have Jordan ask you a little bit about Youth Sunday and that experience. I'm glad you shared with that. And I believe Jesus is going to use you in big ways in the future. And when you were talking on Youth Sunday, I was reminded how almost exactly a year ago, when I came back from Jordan's wedding, we did church in the park, and I needed someone to help me baptize, and you helped me do that. Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
So I just thought of, like, when you were up there speaking, I just thought of all these times where you've helped me do like different things. So that was really cool to be reminded of that. And we're doing baptisms again over the 4th of July. We're going to be at City Park this time doing it in a trough, but maybe I'll use your biceps and back to help me pull people out of the trough there. So
Thanks, Hagen.
cool. But I'm proud of you, Samuel. I love you. I'm glad you're a part of this church, and I'm excited to see how Jesus is going to use you in the future.
Thanks a lot, Hagen.
Amen, brother.
Appreciate it.
Peace out. I got to get my mouth cleaned.
Okay.
It's dirty.
It is filthy.
And Jordan's getting his done tomorrow.
Tomorrow, so don't worry. Yep. So yeah, bye Hagen.
Bye, Hagen.
This is interesting.
I don't know. Has that ever happened where somebody just has
No, never. Do you want to like put your feet up with all this extra space?
I don't know. I was just thinking like I could just like.
Can I like lounge? We'll make sure the mic stays close to your
Yeah,
face. But yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, do you think you see your life kind of differently now, or do you, there things that you want to change now because of this trip, or?
I don't know if I see. Well, I don't know if I see my life differently. I think if the evangelism was definitely like the most important part for me because it was my first time, and then now I now I'm more willing to do it.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. And
So-
do you see yourself doing it in certain ways here in Salmon, or
Excuse me.
are you just trying to like wait for opportunities and wait for God to show you how?
No, I think it was like the first thing, just like I think I'll just like want to try
Yeah.
doing it here in Salmon. What was I gonna say? Well, I guess okay. So you said that like if my life changed or anything, so I guess that would be actually life changing.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, the evangelism for sure, and then Youth Sunday.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, tell us about that. So you Sunday, 2 days ago, me and Hagen asked you to share something, right, even before we went on the Mexico trip, and you had time to think about it. And then how did you kind of land on what you shared?
well, I just landed on what I shared because the first bless you.
Gracias.
Wow. I've never seen somebody sneeze like this.
Well, I didn't want to sneeze right into the microphone. Yeah.
What about like this though?
I guess I could have done it right down into my shirt if I wanted to feel my snot all day long.
Yeah. Well, you asked me to share on like a youth group. It was just like completely random. Like you're just like, hey Sammy, you want to share something? Or I forgot exactly what you said, but you were like, hey Sammy, what are you gonna do? And I was like, well, I don't know. I might not be here. I was thinking that I wasn't gonna be here.
You think you're gonna get out of it?
No, I was thinking that I wasn't gonna be here because I thought that we were gonna go back to California after the mission trip,
Okay.
but it was actually before. But then you were just like, Sammy, why don't you share something? And I was like, what? Like I'd never done anything close to that before. And I was just like, I mean, I didn't say that to you. I don't think you remember me saying that to you because I didn't.
Even if you didn't say it to me, I probably wouldn't remember.
But I was just thinking that, and then I was just like, you know what? I guess this is a chance to try something.
Yeah.
So I did that, and I didn't really start thinking about it till during the mission trip.
Mm-hmm.
And part of what I did was one of our daily devotions that we did. Matthew
6.
Was it Matthew 6?
Mm.
Yeah, Matthew 6:16 through. It was about the do not worry.
Yeah, I think Matthew 6:16 through 18.
Man, I don't know, but
Well, I'll hear you keep talking. I'll fact check you.
okay. Thanks, Jordan.
No problem. So you chose that one, and then also the James one. How did you come to the James one?
I just came to the James one because that's like I've always like thought of like stuff in that way, in the James way, like that.
Mm-hmm.
So like before I was a Christian or anything, and then I was just like, well, this is my first time sharing. I'm not really sure what to share, so I guess I'll just share
Yeah, share
thing
what you
that-
know.
share what I know. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, if you don't know what to share, just share what you know.
Mhm.
Matthew 6:25
Yeah.
through 34. Do not worry. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a good one.
Mhm.
Yeah, and so then how do you think it went? Do you think it went good?
I think I did better the first service,
Yeah.
but I still think that I mean, actually, I'm not sure how well it went. I'm hoping that it went well. That everybody got what I was trying to say.
Have you gone back and watched yourself on like the YouTube?
No.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
You can do that. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I knew that there was like a website, but like I didn't. Yeah. I haven't watched.
You're not
myself.
subscribed to us on YouTube, Sammy?
No.
Come
I
on.
don't have YouTube.
What? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Well, you can either do YouTube or Facebook. So do you have Facebook, Sammy?
Totally.
Everyone has Facebook, yeah.
No, I'm saying that.
So you can find them somewhere, but yeah, watch yourself because Sammy, I think you did a pretty good job.
Yeah.
I think you powered through it, and like you just kept going, and you didn't let your fear stop you. You didn't let your anxiety stop you. You just kept going, and you said some pretty good stuff, and the people seemed to like it, and you just simply taught the Bible and what God showed you. So, man, seems like a home run to me. So.
Thanks a lot, Jordan.
Yeah, no problem. Now, after doing that, does that kind of make you think like, man, I want to do this again. I want to do it even better. And like, if I were to share again, I would share it differently. I would do this differently. Does that kind of feel that or?
Yeah, I was actually, I forgot to text you about it. But I was just wondering, like, hey Jordan, can we have more youth Sundays?
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe we will. So that some a lady asked me. She said, and she was actually very like emotional almost. She was like, we should do this like 3 times a year. I was like, wow, that'd be interesting. maybe you Sunday, or maybe I could go take a vacation and you could teach youth group or something.
Oh yeah, actually, I think Chase mentioned that. He was like, was it Chase? I forgot who.
It may have been Carson, because Carson's done that before.
Yeah, I forgot who mentioned that, but they were like, they were agreeing with me on that thing. They were agreeing with me on more youth Sundays, and they were like, well, what about youth group? And I was like, oh yeah, that's a good.
Yeah, there you go. Well, yeah, I'd love to have you share on youth group.
Thanks, Jordan.
There you go. Cool. Was there something else that Hagen said we need to talk about? I can't remember.
Well, the mission trip, youth Sunday.
Youth Sunday.
Um,
What are you gonna do with your life now? Like, what's the next step for Sammy? Just kind of waiting, or?
Yeah, I'm just waiting till like
Find out.
July, I think.
Okay. How long are you gonna be here in Salmon till?
Till I think August.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, we'll take all the Sammy time we can get.
Thanks, Jordan.
There you go. Yeah.
What about you, Jordan? What do you like? Do you have any plans?
Do I have any plans? I'm gonna go to the zoo at the end of this month. In Boise.
Oh, okay.
Yep, because it's Avery and I's anniversary of being married. So we're gonna go down to the zoo and see the capybaras, which is our favorite. Do you know capybaras? Yeah, it's our favorite animal. So.
Oh yeah.
Yep. So we're gonna go see them. So that's kind of the big thing for the rest of this month, and then, yeah, the mission trip was kind of like the big deal. But I got some stuff up my sleeve, some youth plan stuff that we'll be working on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't want to tell all my secrets, Sammy.
Yeah, you can't spill it here.
You can't spill the tea here. Yeah. There you go. So who else do you think Hagen should marry besides that Yessie girl?
Honestly, I've only seen Hagen with Yessie.
Okay.
So I don't know. Oh. Okay.
Maybe don't share.
I'm not. Yeah.
But yeah, Avery, if for those listening, Avery was in the back giving us a big no signal.
No, yeah, I
Maybe after the camera stopped rolling, you can tell me.
Of course, Jordan.
Okay, there you go.
But honestly, though, I just will say this: I've only heard of that ship, but I've never. I don't think. I mean,
You don't think Hagen and Yes, you're gonna work out?
No, not Hagen and Yes.
Oh, the one that I'm talking about? Oh, yeah. Okay, yes. We'll talk about that later. We're really just making everyone in suspense. Everyone's going to be commenting, who's Sammy talking about? Who's this mysterious lady? And it's not going to, we'll see. Oh, okay, now we're getting a signal to wrap it up. Okay, well, thank you so much for joining us for the Calvary Chapel Salmon podcast. It's been great having you here, Sammy.
Thanks a lot,
we'll have to do this again. No problem. Yeah.
Sorry I talked so much like on the mission trip and everything, but
no, that's good. Yeah, we want to talk about that. We want to talk about what you're passionate about, Sammy. And if that's what you're passionate about, then that's what we wanted to talk about.
Thanks.
Cool. Okay. Well, see you guys later. Bye-bye.